Save this for homemade chicken Alfredo. I start by using Dano's seasoning, and I usually wait about 30 minutes to start cooking this so that way the meat can come to room temperature. And the Alfredo sauce actually calls for a stick of butter, so I actually use this to cook my chicken. I don't use the whole stick right away, but I use quite a bit of it to cook the chicken, and then I just make the Alfredo sauce in the same pan. But before I even put the butter or the chicken in, I get the pan super hot, so I turn the burner all the way to high and let it sit for about a minute or so. And I bought the chicken breasts pre-cut, and they were sliced pretty thin, so I just kept the burner on high and I flipped them about 2.5 minutes in and then just cooked them until they were done. And this is what they were looking like. I like a crunchy outside and like a tender inside. I couldn't fit it all in one pan, so I did it in 2 batches. And if you also have to do it in batches, it's definitely important to add more butter before you put in the new chicken, otherwise it will burn. And then your Alfredo sauce is just gonna taste burnt. And then I just cook the rest of the chicken until it's done and then set it off to the side. Then I start the Alfredo sauce in the same pan, which is super important, but I add the rest of the butter in. You also want to make sure you turn your burner down. I added the noodles here. I suggest starting to boil your water like immediately because I feel like cooking the noodles takes the longest. And don't mind my mess, I'm like the messiest cook. But then I add a whole thing of cream cheese, a small thing of heavy whipping cream, and that's it. I basically just break up the cream cheese into chunks and then cook it on a medium-low, stirring occasionally. If you want it to go faster, you can turn up the heat and bring it to a boil, but do not leave the stove because it will burn. And then once it's all melted, I add about a cup of Parmesan cheese, mix it again, and then that part's all done. Then I drain the noodles and add the Alfredo sauce to them. Then you just cut up some chicken, serve it on top, and it is just so good. My kids are the absolute pickiest eaters, and even they love this meal. I honestly don't make it that often because it can't be that good for you, but it is a good treat to have every once in a while.